Have you attended any recent high school events lately? I usually find myself always rushing after work to see my boys play in any event that's going on. So as I recently went to some freshman football games, I noticed some groups of high school kids giggling, you're sitting down, ready for the event, you have your chair, your popcorn, you're ready to get the event started. Well, then all of a sudden, these groups of kids, the F-bomb goes off. So of course you turn and look, you're wondering, where's that person's mother? Who is that kid? I'm in shock, because if that would have been my kid, I would have definitely been upset. I'm looking around and thinking, what have we done? No filter for what's coming out of these children's mouth, and they're cursing like sailors at a bar when they're young teenagers and they're at a school event. Now, a survey done in 1999, led by Murray A. Strauss and Julie Stewart, called Corporal Punishment by American Parents, reported that 94% of parents have spanked their child at least by the age of 3 or 4, and 50% continue to do so up until the age of 13. There is a fine line of spanking to correct behavior and spanking to abuse. So let me give you an example. Think of times when your toddler is running around. You do everything you can to make sure they don't get into trouble. You keep dangerous things out of reach. Well, imagine your wife or yourself curling your hair. You put down your hot iron for 1 minute, and there goes your toddler to reach for it. Now, my initial reaction would be to do a little swat. Of course, a startling scream would probably stop your toddler, but how would they understand the concept? A mission statement from the American Academy of Pediatrics describes spanking as striking a child with an open hand on the buttocks or extremities with the intention of modifying behavior without causing physical injury. Now, about 74% of the population currently believes that it is okay for one good spanking. About the other 26% disagree. Now, I understand to many different people, spanking means many different things. So these types of statistics lead me to use my own experience and raising my kids with this habit. I have about at least 13 years raising my own children. Now, I believe when we were younger, we acted up in public or private. You would understand the sound of your dad's leather belt ripping through his belt loops, and you'd be, oh my goodness, here it comes. You were in for it. Now, trends do show anywhere around the 80s to the current, to about 2015, that there has been a small decline in spanking. Now, when we did something wrong, you knew that you were going to receive punishment for it. So the practice of spanking did instill a mix of fear and respect, and for learning to respect those of authority. Now, at that football game, I can tell you those kids speaking that way had no concern for those parents in the audience, no concern for the parents listening to them or overhearing their conversations. A quote from Kitty O'Callahan's article on parenting.com explains that along with lessons learned in childhood, many parents spank their kids for another simple reason. It stops children from doing whatever it is they're doing. Now, if spanking could have stopped those kids from cursing in those stands, then maybe a parent should have done so. And yes, I consider my thoughts a little old-fashioned, and I do understand that cultural norms are constantly changing, but learning that there is consequences for their actions is an everlasting life lesson. Now, disregarding small unfavorable acts may have your adult children believing that they can disregard their big unfavorable acts. So I ask for you to contemplate this fact. Hard numbers cannot prove that spanking is good or bad, safe or dangerous. But think of it in terms that for many parents, their own childhood experience is hefty enough to quash any amount of data or well-reasoned line of logic against spanking. Thank you.
Good job.